Hoping to make a difference in the lives of some young patients, Zoellner Art Center and the Wildlands Conservancy teamed up with St. Luke's.
With Wildlands partnering with St. Luke's, it is a natural fit. We're here at our Anderson campus. We do have these beautiful grounds that we're on, including the walking trail, including the organic farm, because we really recognize how those things are part of wellness, and wellness is what we really try to accomplish for all of our patients.
Geocaching is really just a technology-based scavenger hunt. You use GPS technology, you plug in some coordinates. At the end of the day, it's really just get outdoors fun.
So we at Zoellner Art Center, we're looking for a reason to collaborate with the Wildlands Conservancy, and a lot of the programs that we put together over the course of the year are meant to try to go beyond the art, and that's when the whole project with the Wildlands Conservancy came together.
We built this series of character-based Journey to Oz geocaching events. We're taking fun characters like the Tin Man to the Steel Stacks, or we're taking the Scarecrow to a local farm. But we kept on coming back to the lion, and we said, where are we going to go with the lion? So we landed on the idea of courage and what courage means. And we said, is there a way that we could somehow connect with, children and families who've not always had the best of circumstances in the health arena?
When we were approached with the character of the Cowardly Lion, and I was asked to identify some families that were courageous, it was really a joy for me, because we have so many, and finding just a handful was certainly a challenge.
As the Cowardly Lion, they're going to try to encourage me to come out and have the same type of courage that they have, and then I'm going to be giving them tickets to come to see the Journey to Oz at the Art Center just a couple of weeks later.
I was talking to the kids before we left home and trying to say that this is a day of celebration. And I think it's great to take a minute and to appreciate the great healthcare that we've had and we're so blessed to have, and just be appreciative for where we are instead of where we could have been.
When these patients come to the St. Luke's or to their doctor, they're coming as a patient, and we care for them as a patient, but it's important to really understand that they're a child first. And so to be able to see them and their families take a break from the illness, from the injury, from all the medical issues that they have to battle every day, and to be able to participate in just a wholesome, fun outdoor activity, I think is absolutely fabulous.
It's really important to me. I have 2 young children, and so for me personally as well as professionally, to be able to step out of a leadership role within an art center and just have a little fun for something that's really important, that's bringing a lot of different organizations together to help service kids, is really something that means something to me.
My hopes for the families today is that they enjoy a fun, educational, get outdoors experience, and that it is certainly something that they'll remember well enough that they want to do it again.
Joining me in the studio is Kira Bubb, a marketing director at St. Luke's University Health Network and the person who helped put this program together. Kira, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Ashley.
So where did the idea come from? It's so innovative to bring together an arts organization, a health network, and a conservation organization.
So actually, it was Wildlands that thought of St. Luke's for this program. They had been working with Zoellner Art Center on different geocaching events for the Wizard of Oz show that was coming up. And they thought, well, we have events for all the characters except for the lion. So they thought, what can we do with the lion? And they thought of courage. And when they thought of courage, they thought of children. And when they thought of children, they thought of St. Luke's. So they reached out to us and they said, can we work on something for some of your pediatric children to involve them in this event that can symbolize courage? And we were like more than excited to work with them on this.
It's so wonderful to see all these families come out and participate in something that's at a hospital but isn't medical. It was neat. They were out doing the geocaching. Yep. How important is it to kind of the overall philosophy of St. Luke's to involve the patients in events that are not just their medical care?
It is so important for us. I mean, one of our missions is to really support and help the community and the communities that we serve over our 7 locations at St. Luke's. And this is important because these children have had they've had chronic illnesses, they've had medical hardships, they've had a tough time. We wanted to give them a day where they could just relax, be with other children, be outside, and just gift them this experience. Just knowing that we wanted to support them and their families were there to support them. It was just a really fun, unforgettable event.
It looked like it, and looked like everybody was really jumping in and getting into the geocaching,
Yeah.
and of course into the character of the lion with Zoellner. So that was really neat to see.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about St. Luke's other health and wellness programs, because wellness seems to really be the key. Of course, taking care of health, critical, your hospital, but there's so many wellness programs that happen. What are they?
So we have a lot of wellness programs at St. Luke's. One of them is called Tail on the Trail. This was a program that was started by St. Luke's and D&L, the Delaware and Lehigh National Heritage Corridor, and we formed it a couple years ago to get people off the couch and get them active. Get them outside, get them exercising, enjoying the beautiful trails that we have here in the Lehigh Valley. And even if you're exercising in your own backyard, on a treadmill or on one of the trails, we want you to be out there and be exercising. And so the idea of the program is to either walk, run, or bike a certain amount of miles, and you get incentivized for walking, running, or biking these miles.
You know, we've actually featured Tail on the Trail here on the Peak, and it was amazing to see. I think when St. Luke started the program, they thought, well, maybe a couple hundred people will show up.
Oh,
and
yeah.
by the end of the first year, something like 5,000 people
5,000,
signed
and
up?
it's still growing.
And growing.
And it's amazing. People are they just love being part of the program. We also have walking paths at 2 of our campuses, the one at Anderson where the geocaching event took place, and there's also one at Monroe, which is our newest hospital in Bartonsville. And these walking paths are both for the public and for our employees. We want to encourage them to take a break during the day if you're an employee, clear your head, get some exercise, and if you're a member of the community, we want you to take advantage of these safe walking paths. And then another wellness program that we have, which I think has also been featured on the Peak before, is our farm. So at Anderson campus on site, we have a farm it's called the St. Luke's Rodale Institute Organic Farm. We partnered with the Rodale Institute.
And we've seen some kids there learning and being
Yes.
out and seeing really where their food comes from and being willing to
Exactly.
try things they may not have tried at home before.
This is such an advantage for us to get this farm fresh produce to all 7 of our hospitals for both our employees, our patients, and our visitors.
What else can we expect to see from St. Luke's? What is their overall philosophy, and what do you want people to know about how they treat their patients in our community?
So I think one of the best things about St. Luke's is the way that we treat our patients in terms of the compassionate care that we give every day. We really value our employees. Our employees are our biggest asset. And if you look at our 10,000 employees in the Lehigh Valley and all their families, we make up a large people and workforce in the Lehigh Valley. And we really love partnering with organizations like Wildlands, like Zoellner, like other organizations in the Valley, because we have aligned missions about taking care of our patients, taking care of the community.
I think it's so important here. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
For more information on health and wellness programs at St. Luke's University Health Network or anything from today's show, go to our website at thepeaktv.com. Thanks for watching, and remember, every day is an opportunity to be your best self. This is The Peak.
Well, that was pretty cool. Subscribe to our channel to see more.